Today I'm going to go over some of the individual stocks we ended up closing out today, entering, and also what we're going to be looking for tomorrow, because there's a couple good setups that I like. When it comes to individual names, I really want to be entering tomorrow, so I'm going to go over those after we go over SPY. So this is what we end up opening like today. So if we go here, you guys already know. If you guys are new, or if you guys aren't new, this is the same thing every video. 30-minute chart tells me the trend in the market. And where do we open up? Right here, 9:30. 10 estimates above the 50 here on the 7:15 calls for this week. This is the 30-minute time frame. And since the 10's above the 50, price is above the 10 to 50, we're in a bullish market. We're only focused on taking longs. So we're going to be looking for long setups. So now, I don't directly trade off this chart. This just gives me the bias and where I want to be focusing my trade. So I'm going to be looking at the 0DT chart for my entries as well as fib levels on ES. So what did we end up getting today? If we look here, 5-minute time frame on the calls, what did we look like? There actually wasn't any call cross that we were able to really take. Actually, right here, we did get this cross. It was a little funky though. Like, we got this cross, we ended up getting pretty extended from moving averages, and then once this red candle appeared, there was a turn down of the 50. So that kind of invalidated the trade. I didn't take this. Right here, there was a fib level. If we go over to ES real quick, on this 7130 level, we didn't hit it off of open. Let's see, where's 930? 930 right here. Was right down in here. We ended up getting this pullback down to 7130. This was a very weird time though, because I think this was off a news candle. So we ended up getting this pop up back to 7130 on the fib. And if you guys look here at 145, I believe this lined up with 0DT50 on the put side. So if we go here, 145, gotta see what time this was at. So we go up here, that's probably like right down, yeah, it was right down here at the 50. 50's up super hard. We're at a fib level on ES, and if we go back to ES here, 30-minute time frame, you guys can see we did get a close below this fib on the 30-minute right here, and it was at least like 10 points. It was well below 10 points below the fib. So we got the retest of it that ended up marking the exact top right here. And I mean, that did give a solid rejection. It's not the most ideal trade in the world, given what the higher time frames looked like on the call side. But honestly, if I was on the chart at this time, I probably would have taken it. It gave, let's see, 7130 all the way to, it gave pretty much 25 points to the T, where you trim half, and then you would have gotten stop break even on the rest. Or you continue to hold until you get stopped out, which actually wouldn't have gotten stopped out. 11-point stop saves the day again. Your stop would have been at 71.41, and this went to 70.40 or 71.40, and that actually ended up giving a pretty solid move in that close there. I think there was news that came out, obviously. That's what caused that drop. So those were like the trade opportunities. The only really trade I saw was this 71.30 you could have taken on the fibs. And yeah, I sat out. I mean, I think Trump was Trump still talking? I don't even know. It's very news driven, like market recently, with candles just coming out of nowhere. Like this happened multiple times today and yesterday, so it's not the best time to be trading intraday. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of what we end up looking like intraday going into tomorrow. We're gonna see how we open up, because I think there was good news after the close, so it's very confusing kind of on what's going on, what direction we want to be going. So key chart is going to be this 30-minute. We cross back up, we're going to be back bullish. If this 50 turns down and we enter neutral phase, then you're going to want to be looking at these two fibs here. So 71.30, 69.65, it's a massive neutral range on the fibs. If we come all the way down to that 69.65 level, we're probably going to be crossed already on the put side, because if we look here, go to the 705 puts, you can see what this 30-minute chart looks like. We're already like right around this 50. Very funky looking chart. We're not going to open up here though, because I think there was I don't know, does this factor in the rip after hours? Maybe it did, I'm not sure. But if we did drop down to that fib, we're already going to be crossed here on the puts. I don't even think there's not a single higher time frame 50 on puts, which is super weird. So I don't think I've ever seen that before. But yeah, we'd already be crossing the puts, so most likely that's not really going to be a fib I'd be wanting to long. If we did come down to 69.65, it's kind of more so waiting to see the range break. That's what I want to see. If we break below 69.65, we finally could flip the fibs, and that would mean we take this last swing high would be the 0% mark, and this low all the way down here at 0% would be the new 100% mark. So again, it'd be a massive range still on the fibs, which is good. But that's how you go about changing the fibs. If you're confused on that, just drop a comment or join the Discord in the free access section. I'll be sure to answer. But that's kind of what we look like. Game plan for tomorrow, like I said, I mean, it's probably going to be a 0 DT cross either side tomorrow, or a break back above 71.30 and retest of it to go long. Could be the move. But yeah, I mean, I'm not really like itching to take a trade when we're entering this neutral phase with how this 30-minute chart is looking, and we're crossing down at the moment. Still, again, it all depends on how we open up tomorrow, because this 50 could just stay soaked up the entire time. We get a pump tomorrow and it recrosses, and it doesn't really matter at that point. So yeah, it's gonna be more so based on how this 30-minute chart ends up shaping up tomorrow. When it comes to individual names, we ended up closing, or not closing, we ended up swinging ONDS from yesterday. I told you guys, was in my runners, we caught 140% on it, and I'm still in this. I still really like the chart. I'm kind of just trailing my stop on the, let's see if we pull up the, the May 15th contracts here. 4-hour chart. I'm trying to see what time frames we got here. 1 hour, 2 hour. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much just gonna be holding this as long as these 50s hold. I mean, I'm only in runners, and I'm just letting this run, because this could end up being a massive gainer when it comes to this swing, because this is a really, really strong name in the market. Yesterday it was up 10%. Today it was green, made new highs even when the market was dropping. So this is a very, very strong name, and I'm just riding this out. I mean, I've trimmed probably like 75% of the position, and I'm just gonna ride the rest. I mean, if you are in this, you could trail this 30-minute 50 if you want, or wait for the chart to cross. Honestly, you should probably wait for the 30-minute chart to cross down with the 50 turned down. Just a closure blow, I wouldn't really necessarily go off of that, just because if there's a big enough gap between the 10 and the 50, a lot of times it does sling back up. So that's kind of how I'm doing this with ONDS. Ended up taking a loss on BABA. It was a simple 50 SMA dip that I bought. Let's see, 145 calls. So yeah, I ended up buying this 50 dip all the way down in here. I ended up stopping out. It was actually a bigger loss. It was like 35%, I believe. I ended up closing this at 1143. So these contracts got destroyed, but I ended up taking further out expiration. I think I took, let's see, what did I end up taking here? 522. So further out expiration wouldn't have been down as much. So yeah, we ended up taking a loss on that, and then also closed the iron break-even trade. Chart just wouldn't get a move going, so I ended up doing that. And then APLD, we ended up taking a 60% winner on, which was a very, very good setup. And I told you guys yesterday, this 4-hour 50, man, if we get that 50 to curl, or it was starting to curl, and look at this move off of open. These contracts went all the way up to $4. I told you guys new highs most likely coming, and that's exactly what happened. It gapped up like 5%, and I'm closing half, and I'm just riding the rest, break even on this. So yeah, the setup closing at a pretty key spot here. So if this opens green, probably continues higher. If it opens red, crosses down, okay, I'm probably gonna be getting stopped on the remainder. So yeah, that's a really good swing that I'm taking. Going into tomorrow, what names do I like? One of them is IFNQ or something like that. Let's see. INFQ. Monthlies are sitting at a pretty key spot here, 2-hour 50. Let's see, is there a daily 50 here? We're at the daily 10, nothing too crazy, but yeah, I mean, this is more so the regular chart. I'm not gonna lie, I do really like the regular chart on this. And if you want to be safe, you could wait for the 30-minute chart to cross back up, but that's not for like over 100%. I wonder what the weeklies look like on this. I don't think I really looked at them recently. Yeah, I'm not sure what they look like. I'd say conviction wise, this one's probably at the bottom of these three that I'm going to go over. If I look at IO and Q, this is one I do really like, because we look here on the monthlies, daily charts crossing here. If it gets a dip down here anywhere near the 10 SMA, definitely a great spot to go long at. What does the regular chart look like? I'm just kind of doing all this in real time. So yeah, I mean, okay, 30-minute chart doesn't look too great at the moment. Higher time frames, okay, we got the 1 hour, nothing on the 4 hour, 2 hour, we got nothing. So okay, more so this is more so gonna be based on the monthly chart. And also the regular chart looks really nice as well. I think there was one more that we have. Oh yeah, USAR. Let's see. These are all names I'm going to be watching tomorrow. Doesn't mean I'm going to enter them. It just depends on how we open up. Daily chart here does look pretty nice on the monthlies. It still has a little bit of work to do. We did break above the daily 50 SMA, which is good. 2 daily closes above. That's significant. And 4-hour chart crossed there. 30-minute obviously crossed. And then weeklies dip to the 50 here. I mean, this probably ends up bottoming here if I had to guess. So tomorrow probably will be entering this. I do really like the name. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what I'm going to be looking at going into tomorrow. That's what we did today. If you guys enjoyed, drop a sub. Join the Corey Fun Learn. I'm out. Peace.